I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to try a little experiment. And I don't mean test tubes and chemicals everywhere and lightning, striking rods and Dr. Frankenstein shouting, "It's alive!" But this is going to be about microphone position when recording your saxophone. And I know that's not as glamorous as Frankenstein and all his sort of stuff, but you know, this is a saxophone channel, we've got to keep it grounded, and Frankenstein didn't exist. I've read a lot of articles and I've seen a lot of videos about where exactly you should put your microphone when recording the saxophone, and most people, as I've said before, put it towards the front of the bell. Now, I've seen something that was a little bit different, and I thought, of course, I have to try that out. The technique that I'm talking about was quite interesting, and it kind of raised my little eyebrow like this until the guy started explaining it, and it kind of made sense, but I never heard or seen any videos of him actually doing this. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. So what exactly did this guy do to make me raise an eyebrow, but also make me want to do it? Well, he put a microphone on a stand behind the saxophone player with the microphone over his shoulder. But when he explained the situation, he said, "I want to capture the sound that the saxophone player hears." And that kind of makes sense to me. So I'm going to recreate that scenario. I'm going to see how it turns out. I'm going to use this little Lewitt. It's the 040 match. And this little fella is going to be on a stand over my shoulder, maybe about head height. And then I'm going to see if it captures that sound that this guy was talking about, the sound that the saxophone player was hearing. But because that guy didn't show any examples, no audios, no videos, nothing like that, he just spoke about his little technique, I'm going to put it into practice and let's see what happens. Because maybe, just maybe, we unlock some hidden gem of recording saxophone in a new way. Let's try it. It could turn out great, it could turn out horrible, but it's going to happen. Let's try it. I'll speak to you lot after the demo. Now that was quite an interesting experiment. It certainly opened my eyes and my ears. I didn't expect that result. To be honest, I thought it was going to sound stuffy at best because of the placement of the microphone. But it was the opposite. It was the complete opposite. It sounded very natural, it sounded very open, and it sounded like the saxophone could breathe. When you have a microphone at the front of the bell, it still sounds good, but I always find that there's something a little bit missing. And I think having that microphone over the shoulder is that missing piece. Now there is a couple of little niggly points I can point out. The room is not exactly perfect for recording in, but I can see the potential. If it was in a room which was specifically for recording, it would sound fantastic. It would be really good. And another little niggly point is this person here, because I'm a little bit of a clumsy guy. I kept knocking into the microphone stand, but that was easily sorted because I was aware of it. I moved it a little bit out. Everything was fine. But apart from them two little niggly things, which is my fault anyway, it sounded great. It did a really good job. It's now officially my new favourite method for capturing the sound of my saxophone. So from this video moving forward, I will certainly be using it again. But when I think about it, drummers have been doing this technique for many years with great success. But now I'm going to take it with me into the saxophone world. Thank you very much, drummers. You've really inspired me. Now, would this work in a live situation with a band? Well, sadly, I don't think it would. I might be wrong. Maybe I can do an experiment one day like that. But I don't think it'll work. I think the microphone would be too far away and it'll pick up too many influences like drummers and bass players and guitarists and even the audience. I think there'll be too much going into that microphone to give you a clean sound. Something in a studio and definitely something in a better treated room than this one here. But it still did a good job and I'm still happy with the results. But that now concludes my little science experiment, and thank you very much for checking it out. Now, can you do me a favour? If you've got any comments, just write them in the section below and I'll get back to you. You will capture me in the next video. Have a great day.